Hello students, today we shall start with the functions of marketing. So in our earlier lecture we have discussed regarding the need and importance of marketing, or you may call it as the role and the significance of marketing. So that we have already discussed. Significance or the importance to the consumer, importance to the business firm, or importance to the society at large. So that we have discussed in our last lecture. Now today we shall start with the functions of marketing. So as you know very well, the marketing is a very broad concept. It begins from identifying the needs of the customers, and to satisfy these needs of the customer by way of making available these goods from the point of production to the point of consumption to the final customer. All such activities are included in the marketing. So the marketing has a large number of functions. The scope of marketing is very wide. So we have to discuss, that is, the functions of marketing. So the functions of marketing in your book, there are 13, that is the functions which are given, and we have to discuss, that is the 13 functions. You may get the essay type questions for the 8 marks on this. So we have to begin all these functions. There are 13 functions and we have to study all these functions. First one is the marketing research, second one is the buying and assembling, third one is the market planning, then fourth one is the product development, fifth one is the standardization and grading, sixth one is the packaging and labeling, seventh one is the branding, eighth one is the consumer support services, ninth one is the pricing of product, then promotional channels, 11th is the distribution, 12th one is the transportation, and last one is the warehousing. So these are all the functions of marketing, so that we have to discuss in brief. So we shall begin with the first one, called as the marketing research. As you know very well, marketing means what? Marketing means identifying the needs of the customer. So the marketing, it begins with doing the research in respect of the, that is the customer. So here in this case, the research identifying the needs of the consumer is to be done. What type of a product he needs, at what, that is the price he wants to prefer such a goods, of what quality he needs, when such a goods are needed. All such a information is to be gathered, it is to be collected, it is to be analyzed, studied. So that is called as the market research, so that such products can be made available to the final consumer. So it is the first function called as the marketing research is concerned. Then after doing the as regarding the marketing research is concerned, so you have to find out what type of goods are needed. As I have already explained, marketing means not selling a comb to the balded person. गंजे को कंघी बेचना, उसको मार्केटिंग नहीं बोलते, बल्कि गंजे को किसकी ज़रूरत है, क्या ज़रूरत है उसकी, हाँ, उसको तो बाल आने चाहिए, उसके लिए क्या चाहिए, उसको अलग अलग तरह के मेडिसिन चाहिए, टैबलेट्स चाहिए, ऑयल्स चाहिए, या तो उसको विग चाहिए. ये फाइंड आउट करो उसको क्या चाहिए, और वैसे प्रोडक्ट आपको क्या करना है, फिर डिज़ाइन करना है, मैन्युफैक्चर करना है, सप्लाई करना है. सो दैट इज़ कॉल्ड एज द मार्केटिंग. तो फर्स्ट यू हैव टू डू द मार्केट रिसर्च. क्या करना है? मार्केट रिसर्च करना है. देन सेकंड वन इज द बाइंग एंड असेंबलिंग द गुड्स. So as regarding the assembling is concerned, assembling means collecting or gathering the product at a central place so that they can be easily distributed, they can be easily made available. So that is called as the assembling, and assembling is more needed for the agricultural goods, as the agricultural goods, they are produced in a very small quantity in a different, that is the fields. So there the assembling is needed. No doubt in a certain manufacturing products, there also assembling is needed, like the in case of automobile industry, the various, that is the parts are to be assembled to produce the goods. There also the assembling is needed. Then next one is the buying. So as regarding the buying is concerned, buying means that is purchasing the goods for the purpose of, that is the resale, or for the purpose of processing and for the production of a good. So that we can call it as the buying is concerned. As per the buying, it plays a very important role. So as regarding the buying is concerned, buying, it includes, that is the buying of a raw material which is needed for producing the goods, or even the buying is for the resale of goods. So when the goods are to be purchased, the various aspect is to be taken into account. So as per the Alfred Batty, he has clearly stated buying means what? That is buying should be a right quantity of a buying means purchasing the right quantity at a right time of a right quality from a right source at a right cost. So that is called as the buying. So it is always said that well bought goods are half sold. अगर परचेज करते समय आपको रीसेल करना है, तो अच्छा प्रोडक्ट आपने ऑलरेडी परचेज किया है, तो आपको सेल करने में दिक्कत नहीं आती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप क्या है, यू आर डूइंग अ बिजनेस ऑफ अल्फांसो मैंगोज, और आपको परचेज करते समय अच्छा क्वालिटी का आपने क्या किया है, परचेज किया है, तो आपको ज़्यादा क्या है, एडवर्टाइजमेंट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. अगर अच्छा परचेज किया है तो आपका आधा काम उधर ही क्या हो जाता है. इसलिए अच्छा क्या करना है, आपको परचेज करते समय ही इस सब का ध्यान देना है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द अनदर फंक्शन, कॉल्ड इट एज द बाइंग. देन नेक्स्ट वन इज द market planning. So the proper, that is the planning is to be done. Once the market research is done, then next one is the market planning. So the proper planning is to be done by taking into account, that is the needs of the customers. So the proper organizing and fixing or defining the objective of a market is to be done. A blueprint of the market is to be done in respect of the product and the customer is concerned. So when to that is produce the goods, up what, that is the quality the goods are to be produced. So everything, the proper, that is the planning is to be done, the blueprint is to be prepared. So it is the another, that is the function of marketing. So the overall, that is the marketing strategies, the policies are to be laid down, they are to be framed in respect of the product and the customer is concerned. The next one is the product development. So the product development means, that is the designing the product. So the design, the product plays a very important role. So the product which is to be sold, it should be attractive one. The proper, that is the design should be there. It is related with the quality of the product, it is related with the design or the fashion, the pattern, the cost, everything is related. And so the proper, that is the necessary, that is the decisions are to be taken in respect of the product development is concerned, so that these goods can be sold very easily. So it is the another function called as the product development is concerned. The next one is the standardization and grading. So another, that is the function called as the standardization. So the standardization means that is the determining or the establishing the standard of the product. So the standard means it is the base, so or the internal properties are said to be the standards of the product. So such a standard may be the quality, or it may be the quantity, the color, the size, or the shape, as the case may be. So such a standard is to be decided, it is to be fixed. And as regarding the standardization is concerned, standardization is a mental process. It is a mental process. It needs the help of the expert person. So they fix the standards, and once the standard is fixed, then that is the grading is to be done. So standardization comes first and then comes the grading. So once the standardization is done, then the proper, that is the grading, is to be done as per the standard fixed, as per the standard fixed. So that is called as the standardization. So here in this case, take for example, as regarding the students are concerned, so there, that is the measurement of the knowledge is done. Their measurement of the knowledge is done on the basis of the marks obtained, on the basis of the marks obtained. So here in this case, that is the marks are called as the standardization. It is a standard to measure your knowledge. Then once such a, that is the marks are said to be the standard, then the proper, that is the grading, is to be done. Grading means that is bifurcating, classifying as per the standard fixed, as per the standard fixed. Like those who have scored, that is from 35% to 50%, their class is different. From 50 to 60, their class is different. From 60 to 70, their class is different. So the students can be classified, they can be bifurcated, sorted out on the basis of the marks obtained. And marks, they are called as the measurement. It is the base, it is the standard. So same is the case regarding the business is concerned. So in case of a business also, the standardization is done, and then the grading is done. So grading means what? Grading means classifying the product as per the standard established. As I have said, standard may be the quality, or the standard may be the quantity, or the standard may be, that is the taste, or it may be the color. As regarding the tea powder is concerned, so tea powder is classified, it is graded, it is sorted out. That is the taste is said to be the standard here. As per the taste, that is the classification is done. And how the taste should be and how it is decided by the expert person. And once it is decided, then the proper, that is the classification is done. Or take for example, another example, in case of coconut business is concerned. So here in this case, the size is called as the standard. Size is called as the standard. So on the basis of the size, you can do the grading. You can do the grading. All the coconut which are there, the businessman, he cannot, he won't sell all the coconuts at the same price, but he sells all such a coconuts at the different price, because the proper, that is the grading is done. The proper, that is the standard is established. So the standard is a size. Once the size is the standard, then it is to be classified. That is the small coconuts, medium sized coconut, then the coconut having the large, that is the shape or the size. So on the basis of the shape or the size, the classification is done. And once such a classification is done, then the proper, that is the grading is to be done. So it is called as the standardization and the grading. So such, that is the standardization and the grading, it also helps for the purpose of, that is the branding and the labeling, the packing, etc. So this is the another function called as the standardization and grading is concerned. So standardization means establishing the standard on certain base or certain internal properties are concerned, and it is the work of the expert person. And grading is concerned, the grading can be done by anyone. So grading means, that is the classifying or sorting out, bifurcating the product as per the standard established. So these are the functions. Then the next one is the packing and labeling is concerned. Packaging and labeling is concerned. Then once, that is the goods are ready, then the proper, that is the packaging and the labeling is to be done. So as regarding the packaging, it plays a very important role. So the proper packaging of the product is to be done. It should be very attractive one. So the packaging, the good packaging must be attractive one. It should be of a long lasting. Then the proper, that is the package material is to be selected. The proper material, maybe that is the bottle or the container or the jar or the wrapper. So such, that is the packaging material is to be selected, and the proper, that is the packaging is to be done. So the packaging is done in order to stop or in order to avoid the product from the breakage, the leakage, the evaporation, etc. And even the proper or the scientific, that is the packaging, it enhances, that is the life of the product. The life of the product can be increased, the freshness can be maintained if the proper, that is the scientific packaging is done. And it also attracts, that is the customer. So in the keen competition nowadays, the packaging plays a very important role. So it should attract the bypassers or the eyes of the customers. So the packaging means what? That is the placing the product into the container or the jar or the bottle, so that it can avoid or the stop the breakage, the leakage, evaporation, etc. So such packaging is the another, that is the function of marketing. Then the packaging is to be done by taking into account the type of a customer, to whom it is needed, whether it is needed by the small, that is the children, or it is meant for, that is the adolescents, or it is meant for the adult, or it is meant for the aged person, or it is meant for the male or the female, depending upon that also the proper, that is the packaging is to be designed. The labeling is needed for the purpose of giving the information in respect of the product is concerned and in respect of the contents are concerned. So such labeling is very essential. Even the labeling and is needed in order to handle the product properly. So you might have seen the instructions like keep the product in a direction, or the keep the products in a, that is the cold place. So such kind of instructions are also provided. So such, that is also called as the labeling is concerned. So in the next lecture we shall discuss the remaining functions of marketing. So today we shall start here. In the next function, that is in the next lecture, we shall start with the branding.